Open your refrigerator. Look through your cabinets. Those are poisons staring you right in the face. 90% of the U.S. market use pesticides on their crops. So chances are they are right there in your refrigerator. Many Americans have health-related issues due to the use of these pesticides. You can scrub and clean all you want when you get that produce home, but it will not free your food of the toxins that are already in it as they are growing. Sandra Steingraber makes very valid points in her essay, Despair Not. Upon reading that, I became very aware of this issue. We've all heard of things in the past. We've heard of things, bits and pieces of these chemicals that are put into our food, but it really kind of hits home in her essay. So I would like to share it with you as well. Purchasing organic foods can diminish health-related issues due to these harmful toxins. I will be reviewing these issues with you and sharing the diseases that have been found to be linked in the usage of these pesticides over time. Pesticides are chemicals that are used to protect crops from insects, weeds, and infections. In the U.S., organophosphate pesticides are used widely. Organophosphates attack the nervous system as the same as nerve agents. According to the National Geographic article, organophosphates, a common but deadly pesticide, in 1940 in Germany was when they were first introduced to us. They are extremely effective in their job and, getting rid of the weeds and the infections and so on. But they pose minimal risk to the environment. However, they're extremely toxic to those around it. They are used in fruits and vegetables, even in wheat and rice. They are also found in olive and canola oil, or canola that's made into oil that we use for cooking. So basically in daily food. According to the Center of Ecogenetics and Environmental Health, there are many health risks associated with this pesticide, not only for the people ingesting it, but also for the workers who are exposed to it daily. You will see them wearing gas masks and full body suits just to spray the fields of the food that we eat. And most of us might just give it a simple quick rinse before we eat it or feed it to our children. Poisoning side effects for these employees are nausea, dizziness, confusion, and many others. And that's just when they breathe it in. Children are actually more susceptible to the effects of these pesticides due to the toxins, the fact that children eat more relative to their body weight, so they're ingesting more of it than adults actually would, even if they eat the same amount of food. So that makes infants and children more likely to develop a disease. According to Sandra Steingraber's essay, Despair Not, diseases associated with these chemicals include asthma, autism, along with learning disabilities. She also states premature birth and early development in white girls as well. We have all noticed the increase in childhood disease over the years. For instance, in the U.S., 1 out of every 59 children have some form of autism, and 8.3% of children have asthma, and the number is the same for adults with asthma as well. In the United States, organophosphate pesticides are widely used, according to the article in the Center for Ecogenetics and Environmental Health. That is extremely disturbing, knowing the outcome of the side effects. So how and why is this even possible for our country? It seems to come down to money. How can the government regulate the use of these pesticides knowing the outcome? The biotech industry is a very large and powerful and well-funded by the government. So according to the article in the Natural Health 365 from June 2016, the problem is actually beyond the farm. 28 out of 40 most commonly used pesticides in schools have been linked to cancer. So why not put the extra money into figuring out a safer outcome for the consumer? Because also 9 adult diseases have been linked to the use of these pesticides as well. Scientific evidence has associated the elevated rates to these significant and deadly diseases. Top of the list is cancer, also Alzheimer's disease, Parkinson's, along with endocrine disruption, birth defects, and once again, asthma. We have all been brought to the attention of this increase in these diseases over time. A lot of it seems to be hereditary, but is it really, or is it the increased usage of these pesticides? More than likely, at some point in our lives, we will be all be affected by one or more of these diseases, whether it is us or a loved one. So many reasons why not to use these toxins, yet here we are. So what do we do about it? For starters, we can try to buy more organic, if not all organic. Thankfully, our stores are actually carrying more items and making things more available to us. All the while, it is expensive, but yet worth every penny. It is certainly hard to understand why organic is more expensive, but maybe someday it won't be. While the nutritional value is nearly alike, eating organic will expose you to fewer disease-causing pesticides as non-organic foods. As a parent reading these articles, they are very disturbing and honestly causes more anxiety associated with parenting, as if we don't have enough to worry about to begin with. But the thought of feeding my children harmful food is bewildering. My last trip to the store, I did purchase much more organic than before and even purchase organic cleaning products. We might only be one family, but if everyone decided to make a small effort in buying products that are organic, maybe that would be a small step forward into a future of these toxins not being used. What if Americans refuse to feed into these poisons and its effects literally? The use of organophosphate pesticides have been proven to be detrimental to the health of our population. However, these are still being used to treat our food. We must make a choice and no longer allow the silent threat to be used. It seems very overwhelming, but a small step from everyone would make a difference in the money that is given to the companies that use this product. When you put it into perspective, our whole lives we are taught not to use things that harm us, like cigarettes, because of the harmful chemicals and the health issues that are related to them. So why would we give our loved ones food that honestly is in the same risky category?